All right, ladies and gentlemen, today kind of a different one, but this is a 28 sockets or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 24 sockets that I bought. Some of them from the estate sale, some of them from the pawn shop, and I've got less than $5 here. And this is a plum. I already cleaned these two just to see what they were. That's a snap-on. Most of these, like that's a Williams. This is in good condition. Some of these I can't tell. Chicago Pneumatic, New York. Well, that's a big one. Can't tell the brand on that one or that one, but it looks like the same manufacturer. Some of these are in really good shape. It's just, now this one, you know, I just realized it's old school. Hang on a second. This is 2 pieces. Check that out. That's an anvil for the old school. Okay. I think this is a snap-on. Not sure. Yeah, this is a snap-on. So I've got some pretty good brand tools here. Bonnie. Here's another snap-on swivel. What I'm going to do is clean all these up the best I can, wire wheel them, take the Dremel, clean them up, and then I'm going to blue them. I'm just going to blue them and oil them down. Oh, there's a Mac. I got some pretty good stuff here. There's a Matco. The more I look at these, there's another Mac. I've probably got $130, $140 worth of sockets here. So, and I have, I don't know, I'm in the neighborhood of 3,000 sockets that I've collected in the last 4.5 years. So, but, and I say a majority, I'll say 4,000 sockets, and probably 3,700 of them are American made. And probably 1,000 of them are Craftsman. So these I'm going to clean up. I don't do a lot of big heavy machinery work. Matter of fact, I try to stay away from it. I do have some friends that have tractors and stuff that sometimes I've helped them. My brother-in-law, I've helped him on his PTO and stuff. But some of the big stuff I will only use maybe once this decade. But I have it. And so I'm collecting 3/4 and 1 inch stuff just to have it. One, if I never use it, I can always turn around and sell it. But this stuff is so expensive now. This 1.25" snap-on socket, I guarantee you it's an easy $20 bill. Used, new, I bet you it's close to 40. Anyways, I got less than $5 in all this. Probably less than that. I'm pretty sure I got pennies on some of these. So I'm gonna clean them up and see what they look like. You see what I got now. You can obviously see what they look like. And I'm just gonna blue these. I think they were black. Most of these have a black finish to it to begin with. Oh, there's another snap-on. Anyways, I'll show you what I'm doing. Alright, I took them on the wire wheel, cleaned most of them up. Like I said, plums, Mac, snap-on. So I'm going to clean the insides of them up a little bit. And I'm going to blue. Some of them are, most of these are black. I think they were blackened at the factory, but I'm going to go ahead and blue them and finish them out. Little wire brush just to clean the insides out. Most of you probably wouldn't go through the trouble of cleaning some of these sockets like this, but there's a reason. Most of these sockets are worth quite a bit of money, I think. So I'm going to look them up here in a little bit, see how much I can get for them, or how much they sell for. This one had a lot of trash, and it was a Mac. Alright, going to use a little carburetor cleaner. Clean some of these off. I could use naphtha, but I'm using carburetor cleaner. Carburetor cleaner leaves it real dry. There's no film. Let's clean two of them real quick. This one, I don't know what, this is an S&K, and this may have had a finish on it. Clad or something, I don't know. Anyways, let's see if it takes color. I want to try that, see if it takes color. Let's take another, let's see, what is that? That's Snap-on, that's a Mac. Let's see the difference in the color. I want to see what each one, what kind of color I will get. I'm not going to color the insides. I'm just going to do the outside. Any stain or any of the bluing that goes on the inside, well, it goes on the inside. Not a lot I can do about that. Now, let's set this aside. All right, I'm using this bluing like I always do. I'm going to pour quite a bit in the cup because I have 20 something or so of those sockets I need to do. Let's see which brush, this brush, yeah. Let me clean this brush off a little bit. Here, I'll just do it on camera. I use carburetor cleaner. I cleaned it last night. And nothing's coming off. I'm gonna have to buy, next time I go to the city or another town somewhere, we don't have a hobby store or anything in town, so you get what you get. All right, let's see what this does. They're already black, so shouldn't be too bad. And someone's going to say, why go through the trouble? One, I want to protect these sockets. And two, these sockets are valuable. These are impact sockets, big ones. So they have some value to them just as they are. All right. This one I didn't know if it would take color because it had some type of nickel or something on it, some plating, but it was rust covered. Probably could have spent quite a bit of time polishing this one up, but I didn't see a need. Where the rust was, the color took really well. Man. Let it sit 60 seconds. Yeah, see, it didn't take the color there very well, right in through this area. Boy, that snap-on turning blue. See the difference. They're just starting to dry. You're supposed to leave it on 60 seconds and wipe dry. Alright. Wipe this one dry. It's going to take me about an hour and a half to do all the, clean them. I'll have about that much time in them. All right. Now, steel wool. You don't have to do this very long, just a few seconds. Okay, this 4-ounce steel wool is about done. Let's see if I've got anything left. Check it out. I've got some like 1/0, so let's just use it. Got to go to town and get some stuff. God, I hate driving when I only need 1 or 2 items. Check that out. See the discoloration, the difference? Now, this is the snap-on. Oh yeah. Not bad. And there's the one that's not cleaned off with steel wool. So this is the one that was probably a plated, a nickel or something. Alright, I'm going to use the wire or the brass brush just on these knurling and the crease there. Crevice, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. It didn't turn out bad. I mean, you can see where it's rusted, where it was rusted pretty bad. Give it a little extra polish on the rust. This could probably use another coat. See the discolor, you can see where the rust, it was a line of rust that went like this, heavily. Now, look at the snap-on. Turned out really good. So, let me blue them all and then I'll show you put some oil on it. I'll be back. Alright guys, I don't know if you can tell, but they're starting to look really good. I'm going to have almost 2 hours in cleaning these sockets up, which I figured everything down because I got about another, I'm going to oil them and then set them outside and then bring them back in. So I figure that's going to take me 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. So I'm going to have almost 2 hours. So what I'm going to do now, they're all blued, and I'm just going to put drops of oil on them, and I'm going to set them outside and let it heat. Since it's close to 100 right now outside, it's pretty hot. The heat will darken them. The oil, it'll help. And I'm going to leave them out there for probably, well, I go back to work tomorrow, so I'll just leave them out there for days, unless I know it's going to rain, which I don't think we have any rain in the forecast. Just got high temperatures, 100 degrees plus, so all I'm doing is just coating them with this 3-in-1 oil. Some of these are a little darker than others, and some of these aren't. But then again, a couple of these I think were chrome plate, well, not chrome plated, but a, how do you say, nickel plated? Maybe that's the word for it. I don't care. All I know is I'm going to wind up with some really nice sockets. I'm going to have to sit down and see how expensive these are just to see if it was worth the time. I think it will be. This is one of the ones, it's a WW 11/16, and I think this one was plated. It didn't darken as well as the others. This one's special. This one here is a snap-on, but what's really cool, it's 1/2 inch, 3/4. So this was for an old school. This one here is probably right at 100 years old. Snap-on I think started in 1928, so it's close to 100 years old. This was for the square shaft, not the, I'll have to show you when I get done. This Mac right here is in really good shape. This one here is an inch and a quarter. Yeah, 1.25 inches. I don't know what an 1.25 inch Mac sells for, but I'm pretty sure it's not cheap. Same way with this big snap-on here. Now this one was used. You can see some of the dents and dings on the inside. I'd like to see the impact machine that was on this one. Where I can't get with, I'll get with a brush. Like I said, all I'm doing is coating them with a light coat of 3-in-1 just to set them outside. If I'd have an oven in here in my shop, I'd probably try to put it up to about 150, 175 degrees for a couple hours or a few hours and just let them heat up. I think that would help. But sitting all day in 105 degree heat on top of that steel plate that I got out there, it's black, and it's almost like cast iron. So that plate, you can't touch it after it sits in the sun all day. It gets hot. So just the heat radiating off that plate should help. Like this socket here, it's 1.5 inch snap-on. It looks brand new. It has been used though. You can see the impact marks on the back, but boy, on the inside it looks good. Here's another snap-on. I'm going to sit down. I didn't look at how many of them was snap-on and how many were Mac. Doesn't matter. They're all good brands. Nothing here is cheap except for this Cornwell. Cornwell 7/16, I think. I'm not fond of Cornwell tools. I don't even buy them. If I see them for sale, I don't care if they're a good price, I don't pick them up. If you need parts for a ratchet, you can't get them. Their website's nothing but advertisement. They don't help I can get a snap-on replaced a whole lot easier than I can a Cornwell. I'm not a big fan of Cornwell tools. I don't know. Somebody told me they had a truck up on the north side of Oklahoma City, but I really don't know. I haven't tried. Don't care because there's plenty other better brands, I think, than the Cornwell. Oh, I'm sure somebody, oh, I got a truck here, got a truck there. Well, that's good because I don't have one here. My rinky-dink town ain't gonna have it. It doesn't even have manufacturing company, so there's nobody here that builds anything. I guess horse trailers. Our biggest employer in our county is the hospital. So we don't have an industry base. Farming and oil field. I guess you could call oil field industry base, but look how clean that Mac is. And I did a little wire wheel on the inside of that one, so. But they really are not worn, they're not in bad shape. You can tell they were used, but still. Anyways, I better shut up and take these outside and then come back in a few days and see what they look like. Oil will dry and it darkens them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you in a few days. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I can't really see. I was going to show you the temperature, what I'm baking these. These are sitting in the sun. Been sitting in the sun for a couple days. And I want to show you that the oil, about 114, 116. Yeah, depending on where you're hitting. And this could be a little off. It's hot outside today. I think the temperature is like 104. So I was just showing a couple days sitting them out in the heat and they turned black. So let me bring them inside and wipe them down. They look like they have a little bit of oil, but they really don't. All right. That's stuff right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen. These were sitting outside for a couple days. The oil is dried up. Where they were sitting, there was a little bit of oil on the ends of them. I cleaned them off, but that's a WW. I got to look up, see what brand that is. I don't know for sure. There's a Mac, and these turned out really good. They're impact sockets. They were, I guess, blackened at the factory. A couple of them, let's see, that's a snap-on, that's a Mac. This is the only one, wait a minute, I think I have two of them that are no name, and both of them are 3/4 inch. But these are older sockets, these are not new. And I do know at one time there were some old sockets, and if you look at the way the numbers are stamped, their old school stamp. Anyways, they're probably a brand, but no name. The thing I was going to say was, oh, here's one that was probably a chromed. It's a Mustang 7/8, half-inch drive, and the bluing didn't take real well, see? And that might be that if I would have put it back on the wire wheel or sandpapered it, maybe it would take the bluing better. But that one and this WW did the same thing. It didn't take color real well. Now the rest of them, oh, there's another one. That's an S&K, 1-inch, half-inch drive. Okay, the rest of them though, man, the bluing just took really, and whoever owned this, his name was Hill, H-I-L-L, because I found a lot of sockets with his name on it. There's a Bonnie. Now I want to show you, which was really cool, I thought. Okay, I bought all these sockets from online auction. We have a auctioneer locally. Well, I say locally, he's about 40 miles from me. He does a lot of farm auction, estate auctions, and this was an estate sale, an online sale, and I bought $91 worth of junk. And these sockets were in just some of these. So I still got more that I got to clean up, but they're chrome. But anyways, I was going to show you, here's a snap-on, half-inch, and it's an IM 480, half-inch drive. Okay, used online, this is $29 and higher. I mean, that was the lowest priced one I could find. I got a Mac 1.25" VDP 406. This is a half-inch drive in good shape. And the Mac is $35. That's the cheapest I could find. The same way with here's another snap-on, 1.25" IM 402. This is a 3/4 inch drive. And this one's $28, the cheapest I could find. And higher, I mean, these, God, they went up so high, I was amazed. I have another here, this is an old Plum, and now Plum is Proto. So this is a 1-inch drive, and it's an 1.25". And the closest comparable I could find for this one was $87. I couldn't find one used. And this one's in good shape, real good shape for the age. And this thing is beefy. It probably weighs 5 pounds. It's just amazing how the weight of the metal. Chicago pneumatic. It's a 1 1/8 inch. Look how thick the metal is on that. And the price on this, the cheapest one I found was $25 on up. I mean, it's just amazing what people are asking for these. These 5 right here paid for the auction, the purchase that I did at the estate auction. The rest of these, the way I look at it, is free. And I'm needing to build a set of 1-inch and 3/4 inch. So this gives me an opportunity to buy, and some of these I'm probably going to wind up giving away or selling because I don't need a lot of these. I got, now the snap-on I'll keep, the Macos I'll keep, but some of the others that I may have duplicates for, man, there's another snap-on. I got a lot of snap-on on this. There's another snap-on. I didn't look. There's a Maco. There's a Mac. That S&K. There's another. What is that? Industro. Oh, there's an Industro. Anyways, I want to get a complete set and make a set. I do have a set of impacts. I got 2 sets of impacts. One of them's a foreign made. I think it's a Harbor Freight. And then I have a bunch of odds and ends, but I want a full set. And I want to get 6-point and 12 points. even if it takes me a year or two to gather it and get it together, I don't mind buying it this way and cleaning them up and making them, you know, presentable. As far as I'm concerned, someone looks at this, they'll think it's new until they see the edging marks where they can see where it was used. That's not going to affect use of it. There's no cracking, no chipping. It's just worn from the impact. And that's a 1-inch drive, ladies and gentlemen. That is a heck of a socket right there. That's just awesome. Like I said, it took me about 2 hours to do this, a little under 2 hours to clean all these up. But if I price these out individually, I looked up several different ones. I've got $600–700 worth of sockets here. It's just amazing how expensive these things are. I know some people will be looking for like a Matco. They'll be looking for one just for their set, to finish out a set. They may have cracked it or busted out over torquing it. But see, they cleaned up so well and they turned out so good. Bluing them and then putting the oil on it, and see there's no oil on my fingers. Setting them outside in the sun. I'm going to, I need to find an old black cast iron skillet. I think if I set them in the sun and just let them sit and bake, instead of a couple days, it'd probably do a few hours and it'd be the same thing. But I want to show you, there's something you can buy right here. You can go online, look at I don't know about where you guys are at, but where I'm at, there is a lot of estate sales. It's farm community, so there's a lot of this stuff. These old farmers buy this stuff to work on their tractors, and you can find this stuff very, very reasonable. At first I thought the $91 purchase was a little over, but now that I started pricing, and some of the sockets I got are they're just in great shape. Name brands, majority of them are name brand, high-end sockets. So I think I did a very good purchase on this now. Now that I look back at it after cleaning these, these are just unreal. I'm just amazed. There's another snap-on swivel, 1/2-inch drive. Anyways, keep an eye out. Look for this stuff. You'll be real surprised what you can find. That's enough talking, I guess. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like my video. I hope I lead you to some good buys, and keep an open mind out there. There's a lot of good used tools. Look for them. You'd be surprised what you can find. There's a lot of good stuff out there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me what you think. Would you have done it? Would you have cleaned these up? I think it was worth my time and effort. I hope you guys do too. Subscribe if you like. Thanks now, guys. Have a good day.